blood and helping them to understand this. So yeah, he said he was to learn Telugu. The only way you can learn Telugu is to you practice it. There was a Gujarati girl, and she was going to be Tirupati to spend 1 year. She wanted to learn Telugu, but I was teaching her Sanskrit. For her, I used to teach Sanskrit in Telugu. So to explain Telugu, I used to teach her in Sanskrit. So English is a medium only. It doesn't matter. We don't need to use English. And by the end of 4 semesters, they were able to read, write, present a technical paper. And this boy who was going to the rural health cases, I asked him to present that whatever he was trying to do, write a proposal to Department of State. He got $15,000 grant from them, from the US Department of State. So there is a lot of money available for your children if they want to use it. Our people don't use that money at all for some reason. There's so much of money available with federal government. It's not a degrading to use their money. It's our money. Anyway, coming back here, and now what I would like you to do is, Usha, Swagatam Amma. I thought you were traveling.
No, sir. Last week I was sick, sir.
So okay. But how are you now?
Getting better, sir. Much better.
Good. Now, what I would like to do is, I would like to, today, we did basically cover a lot of sandhis. I'm going to close this, okay. We did a lot of sandhis. Only thing we did not do is some examples of vowel sandhis in Gita and some exceptions. That is what we are going to do. Some exceptions in the vowel sandhi, ayava sandhi. Typically, ayava sandhi means
we're not sharing, sir.
Oh, we're not sharing? Sorry. Thanks, Amma. You share LSG. Ayava sandhi means when A, O, I, and OW plus any vowel, doesn't matter what it is, any vowel, then what resultant will be? A will be replaced by I, O will be replaced by OW, I will be replaced by I, OW will be replaced by OW, plus any other vowel. That doesn't change. And there is another way how to look at this. Let us say A is A plus E. And any vowel. So E plus any vowel, E will be replaced by Yakara, the Yanadesh Sandhi. There's already A in front. So that's how it comes. O is A plus U. U plus any vowel, U will be replaced by Vakara. I is A plus A. So A gave you I, it is simply adding A to that. It is Dirgha Sandhi I and Av. So that's another way how to look at it. But typically this is Ayava Sandhi. Now we have seen how it works. If you take Sahana Vavatu, Sahana Avatu, you have to know when you are breaking this into padas, you have to understand the literature a little bit. You have to know the word is not Vatu, not Vavatu, it is Avatu. That requires a little bit of knowledge. You will learn that. So now Saha, now Avatu, this side Saha now Avatu. So now you start working it, and then Av comes one side. It is Av plus A. Av plus A. Av should be replaced by Av. That A is still there. And now I'm going to give you these are things important you have to know. Root is a dhatu. You can't see that root anywhere. Just as in every one of us there is Bhagavan. You don't see Bhagavan. We see the physical body things. But the root, you can add verbal ending, you get a usable verb. That one is not a usable word, that is called pada in Sanskritam. We use the word pada, and that is explained in chapter 6. If you take this root and add a pratyaya to that, it's called krut pratyaya, you get what is called a pratipadikam. It is not a usable word. It's the raw form. So it is not a word, and that means it's not a pada. You have to take that raw form, pratipadikam, and add a vibhakti pratyaya, depending upon what the role of that pratipadikam is in a sentence. Then you get a usable word. Vibhakti is sup, and so a usable word pada will have either a thing ending, which is a verbal ending, or sup ending, which is a cases, pradhama vibhakti on cases. So a word must have either a verbal ending or a case ending. That is the word. So it's a definition. Sup and thing antam padam. A padam is something that has either sup or thing at the end. And if you simplify this, suptigantam padam, that's a rule. This is how Panini developed a rule. And second thing you need to understand is when you see I did this last time, I'm repeating it again. You already talked about how do you get a usable word. Now, first thing is to get a word, the noun or a verb, noun, you take a dhatu, you add a krut pratyaya first, you get a pratipadikam. To that pratipadikam, you add a vibhakti pratyaya. Now, pada this is a usable thing. Now, what you can do is, this is the beauty of Sanskritam. You can take one pada and derive other padas out of that, adding another pratyaya. So, look at this. Shiva is a nominal, is a raw form. We know Shaiva. Shiva is a noun, Shaiva is an adjective. So you have to see what do we need to add to Shiva to get Shaiva.
It's not a root, sir. Root. It's not root though.
It's not a root. Shiva is a word.
Okay.
It's a pratipadikam. And you take a pratipadikam and add something, some pratyaya to that, you get a Shaiva. That pratyaya is known as a tadita pratyaya. Sorry. See, this is the one, these guys are messing up us. This.
Now, is there a root for Shiva also, Pratipadika?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll explain that in a second. This is known as a Tadita Prachaya. To get a Pratipadikam, you add a Krut Prachaya. Remember here?
Yeah.
So you take a Pratipadikam and add a Tadita Pratyaya. In Western world, the Krut Pratyayas they call as a primary Pratyaya, primary affix. Pratyaya is an affix that you add afterwards. And this they call as a secondary affix. I don't know why, what is primary and what secondary is there. This Tadita they call secondary. This all explained in detail in the 10th chapter of your book with pictures. So now put yourself in Panini's shoes, Panini's head, sorry. And think about what do you have to do to this Shiva to get Shaiva? Then you break this into pieces, our usual thing, Shakara, Ikara, and Vakara, and Akara. Those are the things there. And plus whatever you have to do. The Shakara and the I and Vakara and Akara. Now, if you look through everywhere here, the Va and A are same as this side, and use our mathematics. Va and A get cancelled. Shakara is in this side, is same as Shakara on the other side. What is left is you have to do something to E to get I. Now go back to your tables. We wrote, we very clearly put tables. Primary letter, Guna letter, Vruddhi letter. The I is the Vruddhi of E. So here it's easy now. Take a Vruddhi of the first vowel. So this question tag is take a Vruddhi of the first vowel. Now this happened, we now have computers, we have people around here, we can share things, we can write a lot of papers and waste a lot of papers. Think about 3,000 years back. Panini has to give you, or if you go back to, you may not have read this, done that computers, early days, we used to have codes, machine language or assembly language. And we used to take a code. So here, what Panini gave is to give the instruction for all of this. He said, add the ka as an ith letter. That is the ith letter. Add a kakara. Kakara means take a vruddhi of the first letter. Kakara in the tadita pratyaya, secondary pratyayas. Then it's not the end of it. So we'll come to later on. Now let's look at another thing. Raghu, you all know what Raghu is. And I have to get Raghava. Sorry. This is what I have to add something to Raghu. And now you have to tell me what you have to do, please. Think over, do your analysis. This is how any science is developed. Unfortunately, I'm explaining so elementary, basic thing, because with this so much of knowledge, we have forgotten the fundamentals of how we learned in the elementary school. So look at Raghu, Raghava here. There is a Rakara, Akara, Gakara, and Ukara. So now this side, Rakara, and Akara, and Gakara, and Akara, Vakara, and Akara. Now it becomes easy. Ra is same as Ra here, Rakara. Get rid of that. And there is A there. First thing is A. The A has become long A. And so question tag here. Where is question tag? Now, what is the relation between short A and long A? Long A is the Vruddhi letter of short A. The table plays. Vruddhi letter. So we already gave a rules here. If I put ka here. Plus I have to add other things.
So,
That tells me take the vruddhi of the first vowel.
so why
Now,
is sir? When from right? How do
yeah.
you savarna, right? Why do you say buddhi?
No.
Sorry.
We defined, if you remember the table we created,
Yeah. The table. I'm looking at the table.
so that table we derived gradually and come out with the table that and where is the insert table?
But I'm looking with the table, right? It's not. I don't see I see ow and those kind of things, right? AI.
No. You look at this.
Sure. Sorry. Yeah.
These letters. This is basic letter. This is A, and this is long A. This is E, and long E, U, and long U, and continue, and then guna letters. And guna letter of A or A itself is defined as a guna letter. We defined A, O are guna letters. So the guna letter of A is A itself. You don't need to even and A is a dirgha form. It will not have its own guna letter because it's the next level. Now vruddhi letters. Sorry. Vruddhi letters is A. Vruddhi letter is long A. And the A itself is a vruddhi letter. So we can say vruddhi letter. And this doesn't have a guna letter because it's already gone to higher level. Guna letter of E is A. This also A. This is O. And I'll try to reduce the size of this.
Okay.
And guna letter of U is long U also is O. And vruddhi letters of E is I. And E also is same thing I. And this is O, ow. And this is ow. And if you've forgotten, I will remind you this table, which I asked you to read several times, develop your own table.
Yes,
and new share. And where is the reader 1, part 3, part 1? See this one here? Can you read? Can you see this table?
I can see the table. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we developed every one of them there.
Yeah, I remember developing them. Yes.
And because we defined A, A, and O are guna letters. That's the definition.
Yeah.
Then we also defined long A,
Is it gonna?
I, and ow. I and ow are vruddhi letters.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I think. Yes, sir.
And so because they came from the sandhis. And when the sandhi came on, it became ar and r, or al and all. And guna is only a, vruddhi is long a. But where this refa and lakara came, Panini looked at in the practice, since that's what people were using them, he came back to count a rule that whenever ru is replaced with a, add extra refa. And whenever lu is replaced with a, except lakara. And he came up with a rule called Urandra Paraha. Urandra Paraha. That is, whenever the ru or lu are replaced with an, then you add extra refa, ra paraha, you add refa at the end. So guna of ru is only a, but you have to add refa. Guna of lu is a itself, because that's what the guna letters are defined. So going back to our
Raghu plus Raghava.
Raghu plus Raghava,
Raghu
think
plus,
over what you have to do.
yeah. So,
Raghu plus Raghava, first thing is I have to take a vruddhi of the first vowel. That's known.
Yeah.
Second thing I have to use is there's ga, there's u here.
And
Now I got there's a, wa, and a. Now let's see this. What gives you av? What should be the? It's clear to us that we have to have an I here, extra. So I know I have to add a.
always a plus u is our, right?
No, now somehow we have to have av.
Oh yeah.
Av means that they should have a o. O plus a is I have av.
Out, right?
You follow that?
Yeah.
The u somehow
Has to become out.
should have become av.
That's yeah, avya sandhi, right?
So it has to have a o there.
Over there, yeah.
Because there's already a here. O plus a gives you av.
Okay.
So what is the relation between a and o?
You just mentioned that.
O is the guna letter of a. U. O is the guna letter of u. Forgotten? We just put the table here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I know, sir. No.
So what we have to do is,
with
in
us.
order to get Raghava,
Yeah.
you have to take a vruddhi of the first letter and guna of the final vowel and add a.
We'll
You follow that?
trying to follow.
Take the vruddhi of the first letter, take the guna of the final vowel, first vowel, take the guna of the final vowel, to also add a. Now I want you to do this, please. Vishnu, I need to get Vaishnava. And tell me, what is this question tag?
Well,
Why I? So from wa I has to come.
well,
So,
plus-
and the first thing is, you
Wow.
go through the, because there is no substitution for going to elementary level place.
yeah, ye, yeah. Sure. Oh,
Look at that, what you have to do. The first thing is, you got I here.
Yeah. E something is I, right? You need to
So
add something.
what's the
E.
relation between what did we do before? First thing is we have to see any of the rules we developed already. We take the Vruddhi of the first vowel.
Yeah,
Does,
yeah.
it applies to Raghava also. Does it apply to Vaishnava? Take the Vruddhi of the first. This is we learned. Take the Vruddhi of the, sorry. Oh, let me copy that. Why mess around typing and make a mistake? Take the Vruddhi of the first vowel. That is one. We already developed one thing, so
Right.
that will work here. Huh? Now, what else? What else we have to do? That took care of this. Now, Shakara, Nakara are the same as both sides. We don't have to mess around that.
Vava.
Now, Wu has to become Av. And to get Av, Wu has to make, you have to have a O there. O plus, sorry. O, and I have to also have A there. We said already there is a K and A is there. So somehow we have to take Guna of the final vowel. Take Ruddha of the first vowel. Take Guna of the final vowel. Guna of final vowel.
So, sir, Wu should become Au, right? Au, right? The U on the left side, it
Yeah.
should become Au, right?
So how does it become Au?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? So if in the table here, there's Vruddhi. Why do you say Guna? It's a Vruddhi letter, right?
No, this is O. It's not Au.
Vaishnava. Au. Okay. No, sorry.
We
Okay.
somehow to get Au here, Vaishnava.
O to Au.
O plus A becomes.
No, I was thinking, but what happened to U actually? So U, you're just going to leave that, right? Yeah.
No, to get U, we have to transform to O.
No. Okay.
So this is the one. Take the final observation is take a Vruddhi of the first vowel.
Yeah.
Take a Guna of the final vowel.
Okay.
Then add.
Yeah, Guna, right? Okay.
Yeah. Add A.
Yeah. Because Vruddhi is pretty much for E to.
You see that? And Panini said, he used the word, he said K is the ith letter. That also signifies the first rule. Take the Vruddhi of the first vowel. Take the Guna of the final vowel. And what Panini found was, this is a very common thing. It is applicable to almost 85 cases, 85%. So Panini gave a general rule. When we add this pratyaya, take a Guna of the final vowel. Final short vowel, sorry. Final short vowel.
So in this sentence, right, take Vruddhi of the first vowel is Vruddhi of E, sir? You're saying?
No. Take a Vruddhi of the first vowel. What's the Vruddhi of the first vowel? First vowel is what?
E, right?
E,
right? Yeah.
A Guna of the E is I.
Yeah.
That's then take a Vruddhi of the Guna of the final short vowel. What's the final short vowel?
U, right?
Woo. What's the Guna of Woo?
is equal to O, right?
O,
O, yeah.
and then add A.
Mm,
Essentially, I'm adding A here. Ka.
Mm.
Ka. I'm adding Ka.
mm,
It's, and since and what Pani did was he sometimes he adds another ith letter, so it becomes easy to remember.
Mm.
So things like that. Oh, sorry. Why is this coming now? Huh? But what happened here? Okay. No, okay. He added Kai. And look at the Ka is in ith. Ka has two letters, Kakara and Akara. Kakara is dropped because it's a ith letter. Chavarga nasal final consonant is in ith letter, that is dropped. What is simply you are adding is A only. You follow that?
Instead of that, if
Yeah.
the way you did right in the beginning, like you dissect and you
Yeah.
cancel out the equation on both sides,
Yes.
can't we arrive at whatever we have added, sir?
You can arrive, but how do you tell your great grandchildren?
No, like what I was trying to do is
Ah,
E, Sha, N, U, right?
yeah.
Equal to, you made it, can you scroll down, sir, please? Va, A, Sha, Na.
Yeah.
So now after that, you, that Na is A, Va. That part I understand. Now you cancel out Va, you cancel out Sha, Na,
Yeah.
and cancel out, then the remaining are E,
Woo.
U equal to
I.
A.
It's I, not A.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Bye.
Because this
Yeah.
the people who know Telugu, Kannada
Yeah.
have to be
Kannada,
careful.
yeah.
And
Yes.
Marathi.
E equal to, so the remaining in the equation is E equal to E, U equal to I, A, Va,
Yeah, but it's not equal to. You have to get, this is what we have to get it.
Yes, get it.
Plus something, right? Plus, Pushkara, right? Plus something equal
Plus
to.
we added this, the green one.
Yeah.
but that we already know Va can be written as Va and A, right?
No, you have to, every alphabet has to be written. That's the only way you can understand this, please.
Yeah, right. So
This is-
Va is dissected further into Va and A.
Because if you
Okay.
don't dissect, well, the instructions have to be very clear in here. Take a Vrudya of the first vowel, take a Guna of the final short vowel, and then add A.
To
Because unless you
explain
add
that,
A,
you have that. To explain that, you have this Kavarga and Chavarga, right? With the
yeah. And if you take just only this, Vrudya of the first one, good. You get Y, Vaishnav. Sna and Guna of the final vowel, U is O. Then you get, you don't get A, you get Vaishnu. Vaishno, sorry. But now we have to add A there. The O plus A gives you Ayava Sandhi. To get Au plus A. Go back to your high school or first year in engineering
Yeah.
thinking, please.
It became very difficult, sir.
It's difficult.
Without equation, just tell us what we have to add. Vishnu plus what, then
If I
Vaishnav
tell
will
you,
come.
I'm giving you that's not my purpose of this.
No. If you tell us, we may understand it better, the
Okay,
equation.
let's take this one. I'll give you another example. Now let's take who is that? What happened here?
Dharti.
No, Dhritarashtra.
Dhritarashtra. Okay, okay.
Dhritarashtra. Now I have to do something with this. Who are the descendants of Dhritarashtra?
Arthrarashtra.
Okay.
Dhritarashtra. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't type properly. I had to change the color because I can't see it. My eyes business. Dhritarashtra, Dharta. Then I made a mistake. Dhartarashtra. What is happening here? Not type properly today. Dhartarashtra. Okay, I'll copy it here. Okay, now think over what do I have to do here? Question: what do I have to add here? I'm going to give you even more complicated thing in few minutes. And I know this one. You all know Kunti. I have to do something with Kunti, and I have to get Kaunteya. Now, think over. So far, we said, look here. There's a ku became cow. That's a vriddhi of who. Vriddhi of who is au. Rule number one. First is.
That's guna letter, right? That's guna letter.
Take.
Plus U.
This is what we have to do there. You can, if you look through here, take vriddhi of the first vowel. I'm trying to make you scientists and you are refusing.
No, we are not refusing, sir. First, we started with dissecting. I thought that is very good. I mean, that.
Yeah, look at this. This kakara, ukara.
Plus O.
So ukara become O, right? Why do you say vriddhi is the guna letter, right?
No, count. This kaunteya.
No. Which one are you looking at? Dhatrashtra. Okay, so okay, so wu to au. Okay, fine. Vriddhi, agreed. Yeah. So that's vriddhi letter of the first vowel.
And we have to do something here. And that something
plus
you get is kakara and au.
I, right? E plus something equal to I.
Now look at this. This u something. These are the things we have to mess around. U has to become au. And then E has to become T Kaunteya. Yeah. And so now I need one thing we are definitely sure is we have to add I at the end. Because there is no I here. We have to do something with E, U to get O. That we are correct. We take based on the previous knowledge. We take the vriddhi of the first vowel. Second thing is you have to
E plus something, right?
There is a Kunti Kaunteya. There E has to become A.
Yeah, E become A, right? That's guna letter.
That's the guna of the final vowel.
Yeah.
The second the observation that can use it here. Now at the end, I got ya, yakara and akara.
Mhm.
That I have to add it. So here we know first thing is we have to have a kakara and yakara and akara. These are the three things we need. Sorry. You agree with that? First thing is take a vruddhi over the first vowel. That K took over that, took care of that.
Mhm.
Then
To take guna of the final vowel. which
final
one?
vowel, that
Yeah.
that the second, that's a general rule. We don't need to add any, do that. That general rule is there. And then we need to ya there. Kaunteya.
So for the second one, you don't need to add anything, but I thought you added something before, right? Chakara. I mean, if you look at the previous word,
No, that is an it letter I added.
yeah. Don't you need to add it here? It
No,
letter?
we don't need, because you got already, yeah. It letter I added because it's easy to make it, pronouncing is easy.
Yeah.
So it is, it says it, what you have to add here is, yeah. And you can even say kyai. If you want to make it more, you can use that.
Okay. So okay. So you say Kunti plus Kya will become Kaunteya?
Yeah. Without any writing all these external things.
Yeah. So from that, we need to understand that because you have Kya, take
Kya
Vruddhi
means
first
break that into
vowel.
pieces. Kakara, yakara, and akara. Or ka tells you take the vruddhi of the first vowel. Then generally there is a general rule, take the guna of the final vowel, unless it is prevented. That E became A, kaunte, and you are adding ya.
Sir, a question, sir.
Yeah.
So same question comes in exam, right? So Ushagaru might write ka, ya. I might write kya. Does it matter? I mean, because everyone might write different because you're showing two or three different combinations, right?
You can write anything you like, but you have to explain what each one of them is adding.
So we need to add, we need to write the take vruddhi or first vowel. You need to explain that.
Yeah, ka is used to take a vruddhi of the first vowel.
No, my question is, if you are explaining, right, then how will someone else understand, right? I mean, I might write ka, ya, and Madhavigaru might write kya, nya, right?
Yeah, but then everybody would, the examiner would know final nasal, final pure consonant is nith letter, that's dropped.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Only thing that significance is here is kakara.
Kakara.
And you are adding full ya. Yakara and akara.
Okay, akara, because I need the Kaunteya, right?
Yeah.
In our practice, I think, yeah.
Yeah, you will get gradually, you will get it. And let's take a simple thing. It's not simple. Drupada and Draupadi.
We will try, sir.
Yeah, type that there. Drupada and you have to do something with Drupada and you have to get Draupadi. Sorry, I typed it wrongly.
Dra plus U plus
Draupadi.
Da plus Dra plus.
And this is not easy one. That's why I think over this. And if you look at the book you have, and we go back to that book again, wherever that book is, yeah, this one. And if you look through the exercises, there are a lot, no, not in the beginning. At the end, there are a bunch of chapter 1, chapter 4 exercises, chapter 5 exercises, and there is a whole bunch of things. Whatever I just gave you are there.
Okay.
And go through that. And now what I would like to do is I would like to give you a couple of other brain teasers for you. This is the only way you can pick up quickly. Otherwise, you go back to the old method of learning, like in India, it will take you 10, 15 years to learn. And now Rama, and when I add to that, and what you may get something, but what people are using in practice is Ramam.
Ramam.
Sorry, this is my fingers. In practice, that is what they are doing in practice. And what you have to do is you have to come up with a sandhi. Now, these are actual ones, practice one. Then nadi plus
Nadia.
nadi,
Nadi.
kavi plus
What is the meaning of sir?
No, there is. I remember I told you these are our pratipadikas.
Oh.
You are adding vibhakti pratyayas to make it a usable word. These are usable words. Rama is not a usable word. You can't use in sentence. And kavi plus people were using is as kavim. And guru plus people were using as gurum. Now what you have to do is do your normal sandhis and see the exceptions here. What is happening? Exceptions. If I normally do the sandhis, this is what happens. And this is wrong. If I do this normal sandhis, E plus R should have become, what should have become?
E plus nadom.
A.
E
Yeah.
plus Yanadesh sandhi.
Nadia.
Okay, okay.
No, sorry, nadyam. Yeah.
And that's wrong.
E,
That's
Because
wrong.
this is what people are using. You are in a lab trying to develop a medicine. And there are different combinations you can do. Only one is the most appropriate one. That is what I'm trying to help you here. Kavi plus E plus A is another sandhi. It will become
Kavya.
kavyam.
kavyam.
But that's wrong. And guru plus gurvam.
Gurvam.
That's also wrong.
2 plus yeah.
So now you have to, what you do is you have to break it into pieces and see how do you get Ramam from Rama. And if this is what you get, if we start this, it is
So to prevent dirgha, we added last time one something gha.
No. But whatever you do here, you are observing that. See whether the same rule applies here. Then it becomes a rule. You observe in a lab something, then you see whether it works in similar conditions. And then it becomes a rule. That's how rules come through. Science get developed. It is, you get Ram and Akara and Makara.
Okay.
And now you have to see Ram on both sides is cancelled.
Yeah.
Now what happened was you got A of the final vowel of the Pratipadikam when it is followed by A of
Mm.
Now you can say this could be this A is dropped. Then you have to, or you can say if optionally this I is dropped.
Mm.
We don't know which is dropped. This could be dropped, and this could be this R.
Mm.
Now we can see Nadi plus Now you go through this. And this side, what is real one is Nadim. That is what came on.
Mm.
So now this one is remained as it is. We don't, and this one remained as it is. Long E remained as long E, but this A is dropped. A of is dropped.
Yeah.
You understand that now? Everybody, please. Do everybody understand?
Yes, I is dropped.
This A of is dropped.
Yeah, I and is dropped.
You have to be very clear. A of is dropped. So here we know we were doubtful which I is dropped. Final A of Rama or A of is dropped. So here we come to a conclusion when the E is followed by A of is dropped. So this is the right one here. This is the wrong one. Now, we can't say that's the wrong one until we verify again. Kavi plus Instead of Kavyam, you got Kavim. So Kavim. So let's see whether that is work. Is Ka,
Cow plus E
sorry, Ka,
plus E
Makara plus
plus
A and
Plus
Makara
Makara.
equal to Kavim. Ka,
V
V plus
Vakara.
V.
E
E
and Makara. Now Kavi remained as Kavi here, and of is dropped. You see that?
Yeah.
A
So-
portion of the is dropped.
So what we are now saying is, and the Guru plus same thing. Guru remained, of is dropped.
Yeah. Correct.
So what we now make a rule when, sorry,
10 plus.
when
Mhm.
the final vowel of a Pratipadikam, you can say a Pratipadikam is followed by Pratyaya. From a Pratyaya is a Pratyaya then
suffix.
what do we observe? The of is dropped. The basic sandhis are negated. Here we don't have a Yanadesh sandhi. We don't have a Dirgha sandhi here. And so when the final vowel of a Pratipadikam is followed by a Pratyaya then
Beautiful.
A of is dropped.
So, for example, Another example. So following this, we can say Gava plus is equal to Gavam, not Gavam.
Yeah.
Gavo.
Ga,
No.
that cow you are talking about.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can look at any of these things like this. And this is only, this rule doesn't apply anywhere when a Pratipadikam final vowel is followed by of.
Right,
What we're saying is when follows a final vowel,
yeah,
for the both vowels, only Purva vowel is left.
yeah.
You follow that?
Yes, sir.
This is an exception to basic sandhis. It's called one of the Purva Rupa sandhis are exception. When follows, drop of So it's called Ami Purvaha. The whole thing, the whole of this is called Ami, sorry.
Wow.
What's happened?
Amazing.
Ami Purvaha. Ekaha Purva Parayoho Parataha Purvadesho Bhavati. Everything I explained that is in one sentence in Sanskritam, which is like a double Dutch to all of you now. I'm just telling you how I was feeling when in that beginning. But
Okay.
once I understood the crux of this, it just everything flew very easily. I'm trying to get you to that level of understanding, please. That's the only thing. If it takes 2 more weeks, I don't mind.
Sir, Ayanam falls under this category only. Yeah,
Enam.
Yeah. Ayana plus no. No. That's splitting
No.
is different.
Those,
yeah, that's
those are, Enam is a word.
word, correct. Yeah. Wrong splitting. Yeah.
And now let's take one sloka. I thought I'll finish at 8:30. What's the time now?
8:39, sir.
You see, I think we get into the deep into this. Let's take the third sloka of the 4th chapter of Gita. And new share Gita. Where is Gita here? Gita, this one.
Third sloka.
4th chapter. Or take the this one. 25th sloka. Daivameva par. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Daivameva pare yajnam yogina paryupasate brahmagnava pare yajnam yagne naivopajuhvati. That's a sloka. It will be, I use the term, colloquial term in my generation, double Dutch means you don't follow anything what the other guy is talking about. I don't know whether when your generation, it will come through that or not. And if I break this into this, Daivam eva apare yajnam yoginaha paryupasate pariupasate. Here, paryupasate is a verb. It is pari.
Yes, upasate.
Upasate. Let me get rid of this color. It is pari. Oh, it's Kannada business. Why is coming? Pari upasate. And okay, it is pari upasate. Now Brahma Agnav pare yajnam. Brahma Agnav. apare yajnam yoginau yajnam yajnena eva upajuhvati. Yajnena eva upajuhvati. You got a lot of sandhis here. Daivam eva.
Daivameva.
So there is no, makara followed by a, it's simple vowel, adding the vowel to a consonant. There's no special sandhi there. That and daivameva eva apare. A plus a dirgha.
Ah, okay.
Eva pare. Yajnam yoginaha. This visarga sandhi will come later. That's very complex. Pari upasate. Pari upasate. E plus u. When E or long E is followed by any vowel other than itself, E gets changed to corresponding yanadesh, yan. So that's why yakara came here. Refa remains as it is. Whenever you see yakara, vakara, suspect, is there a sandhi there? So pari upasate, that is the yanadesh sandhi. Brahma agnav, Brahma agnav. That's dirgha, Brahma. That dirgha sandhi. Agnav apare. Au plus a. This au should be replaced by av. Brahma gnava, av apare. This is one of the regular ayava sandhi. Apare yajnam yogin yagnena eva upajuhvati. Yagnena eva. A plus a is I. Yagnena naiva akara u. A plus u gives, that's a simple gunasandhi. Naiva upajuhvati. So you have to break that into pieces and explain sandhis to yourself. You don't need to explain to anybody. If you explain to yourself to your satisfaction, you've done it. And let me go back to number 3. That's a little bit complex one. Sayevayam maya tedya yoga prokta puratanaha bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyam hetaduttamam. Now break this. Here is a sandhi you will learn much later. Saha eva. This is a visarga sandhi. You don't have to worry about it. Eva ayam. Eva ayam. Maya te adya. You will suddenly see there is avagraha, there is adya, I put it there. The moment you say te and a, there should have been ayava sandhi here. What happened to that? We'll get to that in 1 second. Then yogaha, proktaha, puratanaha. These are visarga sandhis, will come to later. Bhaktosi, that's what the word is. I write it bhaktaha asi. And suddenly there is O here and A got dropped. We are going to work on that. Me sakha cheti cha iti. There is a che there. Akara followed by E.
Do you think I should wear a suit to school, Mommy?
Sorry, can you repeat that? You were talking to somebody, I think you were not for the class. And cheti cha iti. And akara plus E gives you what? A plus E. Basic gunasandhi. Cheti gunasandhi. Rahasyam. Here hetat. I typed as he etat, ikara followed by a. E plus a, suddenly there is yakara here, that is anades, and he became ikara became
Yeah.
anades, and the
Ah.
a remained hetad uttamam. It just say the u is added to dakara hetad uttamam. And there are only two special sandhis here, tedya and bhaktosi. Now, if you look through here, let's take tedya first. And we know this, it is adya, te adya. There are two words here. Now, te is a word, is a usable thing. Adya is also usable. So the sandhis, so here it should have been te. In reality, this should have been, if we do the sandhis, this tedya should have been
Yeah.
takara, ye should have become aya,
Yeah.
and adya. That's what should have been.
Yeah.
Tayadya.
Mm.
But something happened to yakara, but te remained as it is.
Mm.
Are dropped. So what we now read this is, when ye is at the end of a pada
Mhm.
and followed by a of the first letter of the second pada, then the a, both these vowels a and a, only previous vowel remains. This is a purva rupa exception for the ayava sandhi. Regular ayava sandhi doesn't come in. It's a purva rupa sandhi.
Mhm.
You see, and same thing will becomes O. This is, look at O, C. And now I have to take one step further without explaining in detail. Is visarga is followed, preceded by long, short bhaktaha. So this sandhi is, I will explain that visarga sandhi, it's a visarga plus a. This is, if you look to here, you see that a visarga is preceded by a, followed by another a. You agree here?
Yeah.
So then in this case, this is what happens. This first step is, this visarga becomes u. Step 1. It becomes this a, that visarga becomes u. We'll do that. This is this a, and that visarga becomes u, and then you got another a. Now these two becomes what? A plus u.
Oh.
Oh, Gunasandhi.
Oh, sorry, sir. Oh.
Now you may ask a question. Why I am doing this sandhi first? Why not this sandhi?
Mm.
They are in sequential order, so you have to start from left to right.
No, that's you are right to some extent, Madhavi. You remember when Britishers and French were in India? Both of them are fighting India. But when it comes to, when in a common border, first thing they did was they did the internal work. They first came to an understanding, saying that let's first fight the enemies. Let's come to an understanding. So they did an internal, this is called internal sandhi. This, sorry, where is this?
Here, sir, right side. Yeah.
This is an internal sandhi.
Mhm.
Whereas these two are external sandhi. So
Mhm.
you first resolve your problems within the family, then resolve problems outside. And that is one rule. Second rule that comes in here is what Madhavi said, you go in the order. And so first what we do is we finish the internal sandhis first before coming to the external sandhis. That's why these two will become what? O. A plus U becomes O. Then O plus A. Now O is the end of a pada, followed by A at the next pada, first letter. So what happens is like Te and Adya, O and A, this A gets dropped. And this is called like this. When A and O, sorry, are end of a pada, followed by not any vowel. Sorry. Yeah. First letter of the following pada, type properly. Following pada, then both the vowels is both the vowels, the A and O. What are A and O together? On anything.
Uh-huh.
I'll give you my minute. Yang.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Both the vowels, A and O, and sorry. And A are replaced by only A and O, and A is dropped. Like just we did that, the Rama plus business. Remember that?
Mhm.
So, Yengaha padantat atparataha ekaha purva parayoho purvadesho bhavati. So, that's the whole of this is that simple Sanskritam. When A and O are at the end of, or at the end of a pada, followed by A, the first letter of the following pada, both vowels A and O, yang, and A are replaced by A, yang.
Mhm.
This is called Purva Rupa Sandhi.
Mhm.
Next week, I'm going to give you Pararupa Sandhi. The first, both the vowels are replaced by the following vowel. And this is followed by only A, the following word must start with A. If you start with E, U, Ru, then there is a different problem. We'll get to that. So all of these are explained in your book, please.
Yeah.
Everything I explained to you today are given in your book, and I will share that very quickly. And where is that? Reader 1. See, I Davameva Pare Yagnam Yogina Paryupastev. I just did. I explained each sandhis here in detail. I put the sandhi numbers and explain each one what it means. Go through that. Then the Purva Rupa Sandhi I was talking about is here.
Page 66.
Purva Rupa Sandhi exceptions. And I just explained whatever it is. See, yang, A or O at the end of a pada. Let me increase the size of this. Why did it go there? Oh.
Page a page. I think interesting.
Oh, I got the. I did wrong
Yeah.
things.
66, 67, 67.
No, this
No,
is there is
60.
another. I have to add 130 pages to that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
This page Purva Rupa Sandhi. And
Is it plus, right? You can do plus.
here I have to do that.
Or you can do plus, yeah.
So if you get to this one here and
4%. Yeah. 100. Yeah.
okay, 100 is better. Now, if you look to this, yang, A and O at the end of a pada 1, pada 2 with a short A as the first letter, A and O at the end of the pada 1 followed by a short A. The short A is elided, that is dropped. And Tedya, we just looked at is Prapadyante Anya Devataha. This is 26th sloka of the 7th chapter. Prapadyante Anya Devataha, and this A followed by A, then this A is dropped, only A is taken. Prapadyante Anya Devataha. The akara, dropping of akara is shown as avagraha. And the second sloka, first sloka of the 4th chapter, Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam Vivaswan Manave Praha Manu Rikshwakave Abravit. Ikshwakave Abravit. A followed by A. This is a separate word. This is a separate word. A followed by A.
A will be dropped.
A will be dropped. Ikshwakave Bravit. And dropping of A is shown by Avagraha in the modern books. Moksha se Ashubhat. Another Gita example. Moksha se Ashubhat. Say at the end of a pada, moksha se Ashubhat. A followed by A. So this A is dropped. It should have been a Ayava Sandhi. A should have been replaced by I, but that Sandhi didn't come in. This only works at the end of a pada, this is between two parties. It is called Bahya, not Antaranga. It only happens inside. This is an exception to Echo Avaya Sandhi. We will describe few other exceptions to Avaya Sandhis next week. And let's at least for one day, let's close before 9 o'clock. I know you
We
got.
passed at 9, sir. We passed it already.
Oh
9.
dear me. See, you have to stop me. Otherwise, if I get going, I'll keep on going.
It's very interesting, sir. That's why we couldn't stop you.
At one stage, I taught a course 1 week, 1 semester course of 4 credits in 1 week.
All day course.
All day, Monday to Saturday, they get 4 credits and they're gone. This is a forecasting, market forecasting course.
Hmm.
So if you get used to that, the students who came to the class were all the practical workers in the companies.
Oh,
They
I
paid
see.
a lot of money and came. This was in England. So now I want you to go through this chapter 4 and chapter 7, which I sent you along with and see this way. Each sloka go through and identify vowels and this only, please. Go through that and you will learn a lot.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's chant for let's stop it here and ask any questions. And if I don't lose anybody, and Radha Krishna Sethi, and since you were out last time, I explained everything right from the beginning, what we did last time.
Yes, sir.
So I do this several times. The reason is, I know it's a very tough thing. It's difficult to take because you got full-time jobs. You worked whole day and came here and took care of the families. And so it's not easy. I will try to accommodate as much as possible.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Okay. And now let's ask Venkat Tamarisa, any questions? And any questions?
Not at this moment, sir. Exceptions are confusing, but I'll go through one.
You go through examples.
So we'll
And
get back to you.
Subhashini, any questions, Amma?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, Krish Shetty, I asked you, and Badrinath.
I'm good, sir. Thank you.
Okay. And Madhavi?
No, I have no questions, sir.
Okay. And Usha?
Good, sir. I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Other Usha, I think, is not there today.
Yeah,
Usha,
she said she's not feeling well. Sir.
okay. Yeah. Okay. No problem. So, Balaji, any questions?
No, sir. I'm fine.
But
Thank you.
the only thing I request you is keep any sloka you find, do the sandhis. Your mind should be, as you read, as you hear sloka from the temple, first thing is it should do the pradacheda. Understand the meanings of each thing. If you start doing that, it will become very easy.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's chant our Mangalacharanam, please. Om Purnamadaha. Om Purnamadaha. Purnamidam. Purnat
Purnamudachyate.
Purnasya
Purnamadaya.
Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Agami Guru Vasare Punar Milishyamaha. Dhanyavadaha. I should have the books by next week. So we should be able to meet at least people who are here and the at my farm or Chinmaya mission, and depending upon the weather, we will give you the part 3 and volume 2, which has detailed grammar for the chapter 7. Okay.
So you have a farm too?
Sorry?
You have a farm too?
Yeah, I have a 50-acre farm. I was there until 6 o'clock today.
Oh, wonderful.
Can I come when you go to yeah.
Yes, you can see that. But there is no money, there is no charge there for seeing, but you can see it.
I would love to come to your farm.
What do you grow there, sir?
This year I
Corn.
soya beans, sorry, corn.
Oh,
Sir,
nice.
yes,
No,
sir.
it is on the way, right? When you are going to Chinmaya Mission, on the left side, you
It
see.
is opposite to Chinmaya Mission.
Oh, wow.
Sir is a millionaire. Right, sir?
What do you do with money, Amma? You can't eat money, you can't take with you.
ఎంతో సేవ చేస్తున్నారు.
I want to do a farm gig someday. Let's see.
Okay, come on in, the farm is for sale.
Can I volunteer in your farm to learn some things?
Let's see. First, let's see.
Okay.
Okay, and it's very easy.
I know for Sanskrit itself is easy for you then.
First, Krishna, you have to do.
45% Sanskrit.
No, first Krishna has to do Padavichedana, then only
Anyway,
Then only form Vichedana.
thank you
Yes.
very much.
Thank you,
And
Satya Shrimana.
Agami Guruvasare
Dhanyavadah.
Punamirishamaha. Dhanyavadah.
ధన్యవాదాలు.
Hari Om, sir.
Hari Om.
Thank you,
Om.
sir.
Hari Om.
Thank you, sir.